The mom, the mother, the female, literally holds the key to that doorway. The sun being here, the sun represents somebody in charge, an authority figure, actually, kind of a lot like the Capricorn energy. What's fascinating is that means that we're going to kind of have like these opposing energies. Yeah, we'll have like powerful energy over here in Capricorn and powerful energy over here in Cancer energy. So it's like a power play, somebody over here and somebody over here. And so doubly fascinating because the sun is usually a masculine energy, but it's in the sign of Cancer. So it's masculine and feminine energy together. And then the female energy with the moon in the sign of Capricorn. So you've got masculine and feminine energy over here opposing each other. So it's kind of like a push pull, a yin and a yang. Full moon will represent and heightened emotions about responsibilities because that's Capricorn, responsibilities, goals, ambitions. And it will be around, it could be feminine traits, qualities, characteristics, feminine issues, responsibilities towards feminine, rules towards that. But home and family is a big part of this because it's the moon in Capricorn. So responsibilities towards homes and families, my responsibilities, my feelings about my responsibilities, my feelings, because it's the moon, about my professional responsibilities, my feelings about my professional responsibilities, my professional goals and ambitions, my job, my feelings, moon, about my job. So it's 21 degrees if you've got a chart. And if you've got something within a 2-degree orb, so 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, this will probably be a big deal for you, especially because look, vertex. Vertex is at 24 degrees. Now, this full moon is on July 13th. I apologize. I don't think I even mentioned the freaking date. July 13th, 2022, 1:38 p.m. It's called a full moon in Capricorn. Okay. So the opposing energy, Cancer, family, mom, emotions, definitely the mother wound, the woman's ability, the woman's choice, the woman's gift, her freedom in her responsibility. What freedoms does she have in her responsibility? I would love to hear your feedback, your thoughts on this. If you feel like it's too hot a topic, that's fine. I'm not here to jump down anybody's throat. That's not my point at all. It's literally to start conversations is I guess my goal is to start conversations over hard topics, because until we at least try to consider somebody else's point of view, we'll never get anywhere. We refuse to even talk about it, right? But Mercury's here, and it's about mom and family and emotions. It's the mother wound, absolutely. We also have Black Moon Lilith with Vulcan at 14 degrees. Okay. We also have Sirius at 25 degrees. And yeah, I keep talking about a lot of stuff in the sign of Cancer. Why? Because this moon rules the sign of Cancer. And in astrology, all you got to do is follow the breadcrumbs, the energetic breadcrumbs. So what that means is we say, okay, the moon is in Capricorn at this time, but what is the moon talking to Capricorn about? Like these two are sitting at a table. What are they talking about? We know what the moon rules. It rules the sign of Cancer. So that's why the moon's at the table with Capricorn. It's saying, hey, wait a minute. These are the issues we need to discuss because this is the rule the moon's specialty, right? So it's got a lot of support because it's got the sun, it's got Sirius. Sirius is my emotional security and needs. It's nurturing, it's the ability to breastfeed, it's the ability to feed the public. It's food. Sirius is food. And I'm saying public because the sign of Cancer. The sun, somebody in charge with the public. Feminine energy that's in charge, somebody who represents females, possibly someone who will speak for females. Again, speaking for females, communicating about feminine issues, home, family, emotions, mom, the mother wound, which is giving birth or my choice to not give birth. Black Moon Lilith. Dark energies. When I say dark energies, all that means is possibly things in your own personality, whether you are male or female, that you do not want to see. Something you just hide from yourself. It's a darker side of who you are. It's your emotions, but it's from the past because this Cancer energy in the moon, it's a reflection of the past. Guess what? Capricorn does also represent tradition. So in a way, it's about the past because it's like, well, we've always done it this way. Cancer, the moon, Capricorn, the moon. Interesting, because the Roe versus Wade, something that had always stood and been acknowledged and recognized, at least for the last 50 plus years, being overturned by the United States Supreme Court. I would love to say that there's something else here. So let's go see what's Venus doing. Venus is in Gemini, and that means Venus wants options. Venus is my money and my values and my love. Again, female energy in Gemini energy, which has the ability to be the masculine and the feminine. It's the duality. I can see both sides of the argument, but I absolutely want options and choices. This is also trade and business in the stock market, Gemini energy. And then, we're getting closer to Uranus and the North Node being conjunct. A big disruption in our values, a big disruption possibly with our money. I have a detailed video coming up about that, so we'll go deeper in that video there. But you can expect interesting things, because already at this full moon, Mars is already at 554, which is 6 degrees in the sign of Taurus. Again, Taurus is the same as Venus. It's my money, it's my values, it's banking, it's income. So keep that in mind, right? Mars and Taurus, and then these two are going to be conjunct. So it's the future of our money, the future of our money, okay? And the health of our money. I say the health because for the US, this Taurus energy, a decent amount of the Taurus energy, it's in its 5th house, but there's a good portion of it, 6th house energy, which is taking a look at the value, or I'm sorry, at the health of its money, of its monetary system. So the full moon represents letting something or someone go, letting go of a responsibility. So I kind of hinted around to it at the beginning of the video, letting go of responsibilities, letting go, because it's a release. Automatically, that's what full moons are. It's like, okay, I'm finished with this, of a professional goal or ambition, possibly your job, maybe lots of corporations doing minimal layoffs. What's this vertex going to mean? Or has a partner. So it's down here at 24, and that means it's over here right on top of Cirrus at 25, right? They're close enough. They're within 1 degree of each other. Now, they both represent an opportunity and a doorway. Something is closing, something is opening. This is the energy of the earth. It's understanding that stones are the bones of the earth. This is kind of like an esoteric definition for it, but it's all about rocks and minerals. It's all about the hard things of the earth. It's a very hard energy. It's things that have been around forever. Remember, I talked about tradition and kind of like the past, but it's stuff that's super old. Maybe that's a better way of talking about it. Stuff that's really old, structures that have been around for a long period of time. So that would mean corporations that have been around for a long period of time, companies that are a structure within our society. So for an example, to power machinery, Capricorn's connected to the bones of the earth. During crucial times, it can be drawn upon rocks and minerals, mountains, right? Caves for mystical purposes. Well, what about silver, lithium, right? Graphene that we use. And so again, that's Capricorn energy, right? Very earthy, right? So when we think about this vertex and it being a doorway, it's a doorway that can represent a material, physical, tangible doorway, opening or closing, or this higher esoteric meaning. Okay, it can take on this kind of goat that somehow becomes a fish. It's really complicated, but that's what happens to Capricorn when it's done all it can do in the material world. When it's done all it can do in the 3D realm, it elevates and it becomes more about purpose. It becomes more about depth and meaning of life. How can I do the best for all involved? How can I do things that are not about my individual greater good? So when we think about Capricorn energy and responsibilities, opportunities opening and closing. So remember, when one door closes somewhere, another one opens